Retaining our fiscal policy of 12.5 of being a low tax jurisdiction for corporates is absolutely fundamental in my view to the success of Ireland in the future. When we look at what really attracts large global businesses, multinationals, what attracts them to different jurisdictions, there are a couple of factors that have ranked consistently in the top two. One is the availability of highly educated workforce, and we rank very highly with that. We have the highest proportion of any developed nation going into third level education, and we now have an availability of that labour force that perhaps we haven't had, and it's one of the silver linings, I guess, to the recession, that there are more and more graduates available for work, which is a great thing. The second one is that corporations are seeking an attractive fiscal environment, i.e. they really want to invest in a country where there's low tax, where they maximise the returns that they generate from the activity that they have. And certainly we're in a very strong position, with not just with 12.5% corporation tax, but as the US has tightened up in how they view tax havens, and Ireland is not a tax haven, Ireland is viewed as a very good place to do business in. We're seeing more inversion activity where headquarters are moving maybe out of Bermuda or out of some of these other states that are now viewed as tax havens, and they're coming to Ireland and putting head office here, and I hope that activity will continue. But certainly the 12.5% is fundamental to attracting that type of investment in the future. The startup exemption for corporation tax and capital gains will be a real encouragement to people to start their own business who might not do so. And you know, we've probably moved away from having an environment where historically it was a bit easier for government to actually give grants to people to start up, and we've now had to move to, I guess, a more sophisticated structure where we're providing the right level of tax relief, providing the right level of encouragement to people to really make sure that every pound, every euro that they invest, I should say, in the business really does find its way to the right place. So we'd be encouraged. I think it will take a little bit of time to bed down. It's one of many factors that people will consider when they start up a business, but certainly creating the right tax environment and making sure that people will be able to reap the benefit of the value they create is a very important step, and one to be encouraged. I think entrepreneurship is at the very heart of what makes Ireland's economy and has made it successful. You know, it is vital, and I suppose I think of it as almost as a lifeblood to the economy, and it's vital to the health and reputation that Ireland has abroad. Why would that be the case? I think our entrepreneurs have a very natural way of building businesses internationally. They don't think about the domestic market, and we see this from year on year, the nominations that come through our Entrepreneur of the Year programme. Even the smaller businesses are generating the majority of their revenues, and the majority of their business opportunities are international. They think immediately about not the domestic market of Ireland, but about, you know, the European market, about how do I break into the US. And you know, it's incredibly refreshing to see people who just don't see barriers or problems, they only see opportunity. And I think the more we've sort of celebrated, the more we hold entrepreneurs up and put them on pedestals, the more people are encouraged and to follow in their footsteps.